So I decided to make this for you guys because I'm nerdy and you love me. So do you remember from physiology a long, long time ago seeing these lovely little graphs? And we didn't really pay attention to them because it looks hard as fuck and anyway. So what I did was I redrew them. These are the non-nodal waveforms, and these are the nodal waveforms. So like your SA node and your AV node over here. And you can see at the different parts of the waveform where this is where the sodium channels are working, this is where the potassium channel's working, calcium and potassium, etc., etc. The reason why I'm bringing it up is because there's different classes of drugs, sodium channel blockers, potassium channel blockers, and calcium channel blockers that work on these different sites of our waveforms. So a calcium channel blocker, for example, is going to work directly with our nodal waveform, making this refractory period longer and therefore making our heart rate decrease. And so it's really good for somebody, let's say, with tachycardia. So again, why I'm bringing this up is because I noticed that when it came to beta blockers, everything ended in OLOL, except for carvedilol, which ends in ILOL. So I thought it was just one of those drugs that decided it wanted to be different, but it was the same thing, and that's actually not true. And so I'm going to show you this other paper that I made, which is right over here. Now, our alpha receptors, these receptors work on the smooth muscle cells of our blood vessels. So let's say, for example, you're having decreased cardiac output. Your alpha receptor is going to turn on and cause vasoconstriction in your blood vessels. And if you had an alpha receptor blocker or antagonist, your blood vessels are going to dilate. Now let's look at our beta 1 receptor. This receptor works directly on our heart. Think that we have one heart and we have two lungs. Beta 1 works on our heart, beta 2 works on our lungs. So when beta 1's activated, or if a beta 1 antagonist is used, the heart works harder and it's going to increase our heart rate. Whereas if you had a beta blocker, it's going to decrease that workload on your heart, and it's going to decrease the cardiac output and the heart rate. So back to my carvedilol speech. Carvedilol is not only a beta blocker, it is also an alpha blocker. So not only is it going to work directly on our heart to decrease our heart rate, but it is also going to be working on those smooth muscle cells of our vessels to vasodilate. So this works as like a double whammy, or something that's really great for patients with hypertension and CHF, because it's working on two types of receptors in our body, not just one. Now, I know I didn't put all of the descriptions of the drugs because I just wanted to make this kind of brief, but look at class 3. Look at our potassium channel blocker. And I put amiodarone, and I put a brown line, a green line, and 2 blue lines. I did that because I wanted to show you that amiodarone has all of the effects. It not only is a potassium channel blocker, it's also a sodium channel blocker, a beta blocker, and a calcium channel blocker. So you can see why this is a very dangerous or cautious drug to give somebody, because it is working on every single part of both of our non-nodal and our nodal waveforms in our body. So if you're blocking every single channel, what is that doing to your body? Something to think about. Thank you.